I told my friends not to do it, and they didn't listen to me. And now they are at the brink of coming to blows after a 20-year friendship. And it's all over a business decision.
This is why they always say you're not supposed to do business with friends, right?
Man, and I believe that so much.
I do too, bro.
I hate it. I hate that it's true, but I've just seen this play out so many times that I have developed this strict rule of if I love you and I want to keep you in my life, I do not want to go into business with you. I just don't want to do it.
This has recently happened to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, in business. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost a friend over business, yeah.
And I hate that, man. I hate that it goes that way, but it seems inevitable. And ironically, these two guys knew each other before I knew either one of them. I was like the third guy to kind of come into this situation, and they've been friends since kids. And so one of them had this great business idea, and it is a good business idea. I obviously don't want to share it, but it's a good idea. It's a great idea. And he asked me, I was the first person he asked to invest in it and to try to help him get it off the ground. And I felt bad, but I was like, bro, I can't do that. Like, I value your friendship too much. I don't want any part of that because you needed a certain amount of money. It wasn't just effort. Financially, he needed a boost, and you had to, he's trying to develop a partnership, but you had to put in, your hard-earned money. And I just did not see it going well in the end for whatever reason. And I was like, I don't want no part of that. I think he was a little upset with me about it, but eventually he got over it, and I think he understood it. Now, I don't think he ever understood it as much as he probably does now because of the way this has panned out. But my other friend decided that he was going to go in and he was going to help. And it's funny how it all played out because I went to my lady about it and I was like, do you think I made the right decision? Like, I actually felt bad when the two of them came together and was like, man, we gonna really do this to try to get my dude's idea off the ground. And I was the one that was like, man, I'll support you in any other way, but I just can't financially jump in there. And so they go on about the plan. Now, of course, the first mistake is there was no paperwork ever. Right? At no point was there any paperwork. They saw it as like, this is my brother. This is my dude.
Right.
I
get it.
Yep. And so they just didn't see the need for that. Now, my friend who this is his original idea put in a lot of money to really get this going. I'm talking like over $30,000. A lot of money. His own personal hard-earned money. The other friend put in a couple thousand. So it wasn't nowhere near the amount of money that my friend who was just the original idea was. But he put in a couple $1,000s of his own money because he had to. And now I'm trying to give y'all the full scope of the story so you can kind of get both sides of it. My friend who his original idea was said that it was a partnership. At no point did he say, yo, if you put this money in, I'll pay you back. That wasn't the plan. That was never the plan, according to him.
In a partnership, like, well, if you're the friend with the OG idea, he's putting in $30,000. The other friend's putting in a couple grand. That's if you look at the math and you look at the pie, like, yeah, it may be a partnership, but somebody owns more stake in the idea than somebody else because they put in more money. Correct?
Correct.
But was that ever established between the two of them? Or is this an equal partnership no matter how much money you put in?
So that's what my first friend's mindset is going into this. Like, bro, this was a partnership. You knew very well what you were getting yourself into. You put your money into it. And at the end of the day, when the business takes off, well, that was the original plan, they were going to get equal split.
Okay.
But he felt like that's my guy. It's all good. Like, he needed some help. His dude jumped in. He didn't mind giving him an equal split of the profits because in his mind, they were going to make so much money off of this that it was going to be irrelevant at the end of the day. Okay. I know how, Bert, you're looking at me like I know. I was thinking the same thing, right? But that was his mindset. So at some point, I guess the work that was going into getting it off the ground was overwhelming for the second friend. He didn't realize he was going to have to put in as much work as he did.
That's a key point because it's not just about money now. It's also about like he's actually working for this idea.
Right. And that's where it gets tricky, right? When you're trying to get a business off the ground, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, the money is obviously not going to come right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. And y'all are going to have to build this thing together. And before it got to the point where it can start to be lucrative and beneficial to both parties, my second friend decided he was out. he didn't want to do it anymore. I guess he had got another job offer. He had another situation going on. So he's like, yo, I can't do this.
And just to refresh, the one that's backing out is the one that fronted most of the money, or the other guy?
The other guy.
Okay.
It's the secondary guy. So the first guy is now, first of all, he's hurt because he's like, you quitting on me? Like, why would you just up and quit on me? And then I guess he's also hurt because he never got they didn't have a sit down about it. There was no official, he feels like, yo, you my dude for over 20 years. We've been friends since we were kids. You couldn't come to me and say, yo, the workload is just a little too much. Like, I had all this ambition. I had this vision going into it. You my guy, I wanted to help, but I can't do it. He just sent him an email like, yo, I can't do this, bro.
Eesh.
And not only did he send him the email saying I can't do this, he wants his money back.
Whoa.
Right. So the first guy is like, wait, what?
That ship has sailed.
Yeah. Like, he's like, so he sees it like, why on God's green earth would I give you your money back when at first there's no paperwork? 2, I never said that this was a situation where I was going to pay you back. The situation was when the business got off the ground, that was going to be the benefit of us putting the money in. But you're quitting before we could get to that point. So it's like quitting a job. You don't quit and get benefits. You get benefits if you get fired. So he's like, I didn't fire you. You quit. You quit on us. You quit on the project. I don't owe you anything. And then the secondary friend is like, nah, y'all put the money in. I want my money back because I'm no longer part of this deal.
Sorry, bro. Don't work like that.
So that's
my opinion.
That was my opinion. Because, of course, they both come to me. And now I'm in the middle of it, and I always end up in the middle of stuff. Even when I say from the beginning I want nothing to do with it.
You literally said
I literally said that.
Be like, I will be here to support you.
Yes.
Morally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever you need.
And now here I am, and I'm like, I saw this coming, and I hate that it's gotten here, but I was honest with my opinion that I don't believe that my primary friend owes my secondary friend anything. I think you made a business decision as a grown man. You didn't sign any paperwork. You knew what you were getting into, and you're quitting.
So are you in a position now at all with either one of these friends that if you take a side, you're going to lose one of the friends?
I think I might have already done that.
Okay.
And that's kind of pissing me off, to be honest, because how's it on me now? You know what I mean? But I was honest. I don't. If I felt the other way, it's not. I think the secondary friend thinks I'm taking sides. But you know how that goes. It's just because I'm not on his side.
I do.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not taking sides. I'm looking at it logically, and that's how I see it.
If you were a really good friend, you would just give one of the guy that backed out, you would just give him money. Just give it to him, even though it's not yours. Just give him the money just to settle the whole thing.
And be done with it. But then there's
I'm not saying them. I'm saying you give them the money.
Me? If I was a girl, hell no.
The Bert Show.